Hey guys, I got a brand new wrestling forum over at BrendenPlayz.com that I would love for you guys to sign up to. Come join in the discussion about wrestling, video games, YouTube, movies, sport, TV, and a hell of a lot more. The link to the forum is in the description down below. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more WWE 2k14 Universe Mode. I am BrendenPlayz, and this is the 50th episode of Universe Mode here on WWE 2k14. Big milestone we have achieved, and it's great to be here with you guys again. I mean, I didn't even think we'd even get to 50 ever on this. I think this is the first time I ever got to 50 on any series I've ever done. So we're doing good. I think we got 44, 45 on W13, so we're doing well. So this is main event. We have Emma versus Oksana. We're going to have the Awesome Riders versus 3MB. And 50th episode, why not? United States Championship is on the line. Big E versus Curtis Axel, a rematch from last week. Remember, Curtis Axel beat Big E last week. Big E qualified for the Elimination Chamber, so I think Axel deserves an opportunity. He may not get it at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, so we're going to do it right here on main event here tonight. Righto, so let's see who won between Emma and Oksana. It was Emma, Awesome Riders, and 3MB. 3MB, okay, I thought Awesome Riders were in line for a title shot, but they lose against 3MB, so I don't know. We're going to go ahead. US title on the line. This is going to be a big match. And speaking of big people, this is Big E. He is massive, and he is the United States Champion, and deservedly so. But Big E could be both the United States Champion and the WWE Champion if he wins the Elimination Chamber at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Big E is getting the opportunity of a lifetime, probably the biggest match thus far in his career on Universe Mode. He will be in the Elimination Chamber match, joining the likes of John Cena, CM Punk, Kane, Daniel Bryan, and the WWE Champion himself, the Beast, Brock Lesnar. So this is going to be a big match for Big E. And I tell you what, Big E could be the wild card. Nobody's going to really expect him to win it, but I think he could just prove everybody wrong. I think he could sneak under the radar and come away with a victory. Of course, I think he's going to have to draw at least 3 or 4 in the pods to have a bit of a chance. I think that's going to be the case with everybody. I can't see a lot of these guys lasting or going the distance, to be honest, because you look at the guys in the match, you know, Cena, Punk, Kane, Bryan, Lesnar, and Big E. They're all very physical guys, all great. You know, we got CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, fantastic in the ring. Cena is the veteran, Kane a veteran. They know how to win, and Brock Lesnar is just physical, outright, I'm going to beat the crap out of you style. And Big E, well, he's a bit of a wild card. He's still relatively a rookie. He's doing pretty well thus far on Universe Mode. He's got himself the US title twice now, so he certainly could come away with a sneaky little victory. So I think if Big E can maybe get himself, draw the number 4 out of the pods, he may have a good chance, but we'll have to wait and see. But for now, he has to get through Curtis Axel to even get to the Elimination Chamber as the United States Champion. And this match gets underway with Axel, big dropkick to start this one off. So Axel, he was in the Fatal 4-Way match to potentially qualify for the Elimination Chamber. So we weren't really expecting Axel to be there either, but he got a big victory over Big E. And Big E and Axel both got the opportunity. Big E came away with the victory, and now Axel wants his shot at the US title, which I think he deserves. I mean, he beat Big E on main event. I think he probably deserves an opportunity, and that's exactly what he's getting. And if Big E, if he doesn't, if he's still the United States Champion coming into the Elimination Chamber, will he have to defend his US title? I mean, he may only have to defend it here on main event. He may not have to defend it at the Elimination Chamber. So Axel wants a shot. And just in case he doesn't get one at the Elimination Chamber, he's trying to get a shot here now. And he could come away and he could walk into the Elimination Chamber as the US Champion. But Big E, he may have to do double duty on the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. I don't know. I mean, if he's the United States Champion coming into the chamber, will he have to defend prior to the Elimination Chamber match, or will he get off? Will he only have to have the Elimination Chamber match and that's it? I don't know. That's going to be very interesting to see, but certainly Big E could walk away with both championships at the Elimination Chamber. That's a very real possibility, and I mean, Brock Lesnar has never faced Big E before, so that's certainly in Big E's advantage there. I mean, Daniel Bryan is the only other guy in the chamber that Lesnar has never faced before. So certainly Big E's got a huge advantage in that regard. As Big E picking up the steps, that's not a good idea. It's well, I guess he could get himself disqualified and walk into the chamber quite happily, quite happy and healthy. But I have a feeling if he gets himself disqualified here or counted out, that he will have to do double duty at the Elimination Chamber. That's just the way Paul Heyman works. But hey, Paul Heyman, to help Brock Lesnar's chances, he may make Big E do double duty anyway. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see how the Authority's going to go about it. But Big E, so far, not so good. Axel's in a bit of control there. But Big E comes back with a big strike to the skull of Axel. And Axel trying to get himself going here, trying to get himself back on the top of the pedestal. He came out and said he believes he's underutilized. He's not getting the opportunities that he deserves. Well, now he's getting a United States Championship opportunity, so there's no bigger opportunity than this for Axel. Plus, he got an opportunity to get himself in the WWE Championship main event of the Elimination Chamber. So Axel certainly has been getting the opportunities, but he hasn't really made the most of it thus far. But can he turn it around with a victory over Big E here, our main event? And now Axel rolls away. Oh! Beautiful neck breaker there. And Big E could be in a bit of trouble. Big E rakes the eye, takes down Axel. Axel's in a bit of trouble. Oh, what's Big E got planned here? Oh! Just tosses Axel over the back there. Could look for a cover to put this away. He will. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and a 2.5 count there. Axel kicks out at 2. And hang on. Big E might be looking for the big ending. Hits it in the middle of the ring. Axel's going to lose. You'd have to think. Big E, yes, he retains. Big E Langston has successfully retained his United States Championship over Curtis Axel. Big, big victory for that man. And, well, Big E coming into the Elimination Chamber. He's on a bit of a roll. I mean, he had a bit of a setback against Axel last week, but he's now wins the Fatal 4-Way, beats Axel here. Big E could certainly be the wild card. He could be the man that you probably don't expect to win, but he could slide away with the championship around his waist after Elimination Chamber. So that's a huge victory for Big E Langston right there. And poor old Axel, I mean, he got the opportunity, he got 2 big opportunities in the same week, and he wasn't able to win either of them. So Big E Langston certainly deserves to be the United States champion. And I think that's going to do it all. That's going to do us for this week's main event. It's a good victory for Big E. Will he be the next WWE champion? We'll have to wait and see. But for now, we'll move on to this week's Smackdown. Righto, so out comes Chris Jericho to address the audience here on Smackdown. What does he get up to say? He's got that shiny brand new suit that he's rocking here as he comes to the ring. So Chris Jericho, of course, he had an opportunity against Ryback at the Royal Rumble. He failed to win that match for the World Heavyweight Championship. And then he had a match against Sheamus a couple of weeks ago. But since we haven't really seen much of Jericho, and he may be looking to get himself an Elimination Chamber match. He's not in the match yet. He's probably one of the only big names yet to get himself in the match. And of course, he hasn't had an opportunity yet. So he's probably wondering, where is my shot? Where's my chance? I don't know. But Jericho's going to come out here and address the crowd. So what will he have to say? Let's find out. So a little birdie tells me that tonight we're going to find out who's going to be the final participant in the SmackDown Elimination Chamber match. And that's cool. That's great. But the thing is, we don't need to have a qualifying match. We don't need to have anything like that we've been doing for the past couple of weeks, because we know that the final participant should be me, Y2J. You know, I'm not in the Elimination Chamber yet. I know I had an opportunity for the World Heavyweight Championship at the Royal Rumble. I came up a little short, but I know I can win the big one. You give me an opportunity at the Elimination Chamber, I will beat 5 other men, and I will walk out as the World Heavyweight Champion. And Randy Orton knows that I should be the face of Smackdown. And Randy Orton knows that I would be the perfect man for this company. And hell, if Randy Orton wants to, wants me to join up with the Authority or anything like that, I could consider it as well. So it's pretty simple what you need to do, Randy. Come out here, look me in the eye, and tell me that you're going to give me the match. Tell me that you're going to put me in the Elimination Chamber match. Tell me that I deserve that spot in that... Well, I don't think Chris Jericho was expecting this man to come out. I don't think this is Randy Orton. This is The Undertaker, and he's here on SmackDown. I cannot believe it. I mean, we saw The Undertaker return at the Royal Rumble, but I don't think anybody expected him to come out here tonight on SmackDown. And what is he going to have to say? Maybe he wants to be in the Elimination Chamber as well. I don't know. But I tell you this, The Undertaker at the Royal Rumble, he drew a pretty bad number. We probably didn't expect him to go the distance, but he lasted quite some time. He put on a hell of a performance. And you know what? He even eliminated Chris Jericho himself from the Royal Rumble match. So The Undertaker, he's here. I mean, if Randy Orton has signed The Undertaker, that's another massive signing for the SmackDown brand. And I tell you what, Randy Orton, he signed Batista earlier. He gets The Undertaker now. I mean, SmackDown could be the #1 brand. Quite simple. This is a massive signing from Randy Orton if it's true. I don't know what The Undertaker's here for, but I'm sure we'll find out in a moment. But I tell you what, it's great to have The Undertaker here on Friday Night SmackDown. Jericho, if you think you're the best here on SmackDown, well, think again, because I am back. And I know what it takes to beat you, Jericho. In fact, we had a little run-in at the Royal Rumble match when I returned. Take a look at this. Well, yes, as you can see, we're here at the Royal Rumble. This is a little bit of a clip. And you see Jericho and Undertaker in the left-hand corner there. And you can see The Undertaker throws Jericho over the top rope. So Jericho, I know what it takes to win the big one. So this is what I impose. You and me, tonight, here on SmackDown, the winner goes to the Elimination Chamber. Well, are we going to see Undertaker versus Chris Jericho tonight? That's going to be huge if that's the case. The Undertaker is back, and he's here on SmackDown. We are 2 weeks away from the Elimination Chamber. Let's get straight into it. Alberto Del Rio, he's in the Elimination Chamber. He's going to face off against Sheamus. And we're going to have a 6-Diva tag team match. Oksana, Tamina, AJ Lee takes on Brie Bella, Nikki Bella, and Summer Rae. And a Fatal 4-Way match, Damien Sandow, Christian, Rusev, and Cody Rhodes. This is a bit of an indication of where we're going to be headed with the Intercontinental Championship, I would assume. So I think the winner of that could be the next contender for the IC title. Mark Henry will take on Big Show. Those two men and those two behemoths will be a part of the Elimination Chamber. God, the Elimination Chamber is going to be a big match. Literally, there's some big men in that match. That is going to be huge. So moving on now, so the Primetime Players will take on the Usos. The Usos are trying to make a play for the PTP's titles, And the Primetime Players, they have been dominating the division ever since, well, even before then, they got the tag titles. And it's official. The Undertaker will face Chris Jericho in the final Elimination Chamber qualifier. Will we see the Undertaker at the Elimination Chamber, or will Chris Jericho win the big one? As Sheamus, he knocks off Alberto Del Rio, so kind of derailing Del Rio's momentum there. And Summer Rae's team defeats AJ Lee's team. And the Fatal 4-Way match, Rusev. Okay, so Rusev only just debuting here on Smackdown. He wins the Fatal 4-Way. Will he face Barrett at the Elimination Chamber? I don't know. Maybe. Mark Henry defeats the Big Show. So Henry's got to be one of the favorites to win the Chamber, no doubt. And the Primetime Players knock off the Usos. The Usos can't get it done. And of course we're going to play the Undertaker versus Chris Jericho match. So let's get straight into it. So Chris Jericho came out and said he pretty much doesn't have to earn the match. He should be automatically placed into the match by Randy Orton because he's Chris Jericho and he deserves it. So the Undertaker, he had other ideas, and we saw the Undertaker and Chris Jericho. They had a little bit of a run-in at the Royal Rumble. Undertaker eliminated Chris Jericho, and I don't think Chris Jericho took that very lightly. So Chris Jericho has a big opportunity here to beat the Undertaker. This is the big one. If he wants to impress everybody, he wants to make a name for himself here on Universe tomorrow, he needs to beat the Undertaker here, get himself in the Elimination Chamber, and he could potentially be the next World Heavyweight Champion post-Elimination Chamber and beyond. But I tell you what, Undertaker, he's back and he's ready to go, and here he is. This is going to be tough. And obviously Undertaker, we haven't seen him here on Universe mode, and the only time we saw him was at the Royal Rumble for a short period of time, so that could certainly work in Jericho's favor, but I have a feeling that the Undertaker is not really going to care too much because he's been around the block many, many times. And of course, you have to remember WrestleMania is right around the corner. We are on the road to WrestleMania, and this man is the god of WrestleMania. 21-0 winning streak. Can he get some momentum leading in towards WrestleMania by knocking off Chris Jericho here? Here we go. Undertaker versus Jericho. The winner will be an Elimination Chamber, which is going to be a massive match. I tell you what, some big dudes in that one. If Undertaker enters that match, my God, that is going to be one huge chamber. My goodness. So I don't know, man. It's going to be tough to pick because we've got the likes of Big Show, Mark Henry, who's already been World Heavyweight Champions, and they have an opportunity to be a part of that match. So have an opportunity to win the championship back again. We saw the Big Show had a very dominating reign. Mark Henry had a dominating reign for only a short period of time, but it was still very, very dominating. You know, he beat Sheamus, he beat the Big Show in that reign, he beat Jericho, and now the only man that couldn't beat him was the current World Heavyweight Champion Ryback, who, well, Ryback, he's beat Henry. He's beat Jericho, he's beat Cesaro, he's beat Swagger, he's beat everybody. So Ryback, it's a bit of a similar situation to Brock Lesnar. We've got two very dominating champions and a lot of guys that have had some opportunities against the champion but haven't been able to do it, and now they're getting another opportunity and they could potentially knock off Ryback, or in terms of the other chamber, Brock Lesnar. So this is going to be very interesting two-chamber matches at the Elimination Chamber, and we'll find out who's going to be the final man in the Smackdown Chamber. We know who's going to be in the Raw Chamber. It's time to find out who's going to be in the Smackdown Chamber, and both these men deserve it, no doubt. The Undertaker is a legend. Chris Jericho also a legend, but Jericho hasn't been able to win the big one, and you know it's pretty clearly evident that that's the case because he had a match against Ryback at the Royal Rumble, he failed, and then he had countless, so many #1 contender matches on Raw. Then coming over to SmackDown, it was the same situation until he finally got himself an opportunity for the title, and then he failed. He lost. So will Chris Jericho make the most of his second chance if he does get one at the Elimination Chamber? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But for now, the best pure striker in the WWE is pounding away on Chris Jericho right now. Jericho is in a lot of trouble here. The Undertaker, he looks ready to go here. He looks angry. And uh-oh, Jericho could be going for a ride. Oh, choke slam right in the middle of the ring. That's got to be it. to Jericho. He kicks out of the choke slam. Are you kidding? Uh-oh. Undertaker. Is he going to be thinking? Tombstone. Oh, he hits the tombstone. Jericho could be out. Can Taker go to the chamber? 3 count. That's it. Undertaker is qualified. Jericho cannot win the big one again. The choke slam wasn't enough. There it was. Jericho kicks out of 2, but he could not kick out of the tombstone. Nobody kicks out of the tombstone. And the Undertaker has made a triumphant return to Smackdown. He has called out Chris Jericho, and he has successfully defeated Chris Jericho. So at the Elimination Chamber, the Undertaker will join the Smackdown Elimination Chamber match. Batista, Ryback, Mark Henry, The Big Show, Alberto Del Rio, and now the Undertaker. My goodness, that is going to be one hell of a match. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this week's edition of Universe Mode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video.